Okay, Jorg, we're finally getting together having this chat. In the time I've known you, you've had more jobs than I've had almost, and we never quite got together to be at when you were at Medan. Now you're in Deltras. Same country, different league. Welcome to Indonesia. Huh?
Thanks, Anthony. Oh, I'm happy to be here in Indonesia. I think, it was always a good, hopefully good experience to be in Indonesia and closer to you.
So you've had quite a few experiences though in you've been in now 10 months now in Indonesia pretty much?
Yeah, about 10 months. Was in Medan chief before with LPI. It was a tremendous experience. And now for the last 3 months I'm in Deltras.
Alright, so how did the move to Deltras come about?
Well, I came in June, July when I was in Jakarta, and through my agent I got contact to Mafirion with Deltras, and met the manager Yuda, and then we had a few meetings, and we had the same common ideas about football, and Mafirion and Yuda are new in the Deltras management. So we shared some ideas and looked at the thing how we can move forward Deltras. So that's how the whole thing eventually happened.
For the last few years, Deltras really have underachieved, and they've had no money and they've gone nowhere, and basically been a piddling team at the bottom of the table. That seems to have changed this year. What's happened there?
I think the changes are that with Mafirion and Yuda, we have a new management, completely new management. We were able to get in some good players. Budi Sudasuno came in, Micho Dace came in, then we got some players from Arema Malang who came in the close season. So I think 90% of the team is a new team. We only kept 2 players from last year. And I think we also worked on the image of Deltras. So we are not working only on the football side, also making sure that Deltras' name is in a better light in the future.
East Java is like a real hotbed of football in Indonesia, and but you talk about building a brand and so on and so forth. You're up against Persebaya up one end of the road and Arema Malang down the other end of the road, and you kind of get squeezed out really, geographically at least. Do you think that Deltras can really make an impact off and on the field?
I think it's important, Anthony, that we are serious and professional about it. I don't think it's going to happen if 1 year you make an impact and in the next year you're going to go down again. I think what is important is that we show stability for Deltras. You know, if you want to compete in that area, like you mentioned, against Persebaya, where has a big fan base, Arema has a big fan base. Deltras had a big fan base a few years back, but because, like you said, they went downhill. They lost a few fans, or lost a lot of fans. So you can win them back by playing good football, showing good results, being stable on and off the field. And I think if we can achieve that, then we can compete against Persebaya and Arema Malang.
You talked about some of the players you got. One of them that you brought, I don't know whether you brought it in or he was inherited by you, is Micho Dace, who's quite a familiar face. What's your impression? He's been a very consistent performer for Persebaya Balikpapan over the years. What's your impressions of seeing him in training and in practice games so far?
Oh, I think Micho is one of the best players and form players I have worked so far with, you know. I mean, he's through and through a professional player, and what he gives in the team is his stability, his calmness in the game, you know, his reading of the game, and outside of the field he's a very nice lad. I mean, he comes along with everyone. He's like a father figure to the younger players also. I think bring him in was a very good move, and I have to say thank you to the club to bring someone like him in.
And you got Budi Sudasuno, who for me is one of the best players in the country. He's kind of gone off the boil the last couple of years, but you've been quite impressed with him so far, yeah?
Oh, I have been. I mean, the contact came when we had a tournament in Bangka. He was still playing for Sriwijaya. So we get to know each other, and he was looking forward for more first-team football. You know, he was not entirely happy in Sriwijaya. So it took us about 3 weeks to settle everything with Sriwijaya and bring him finally to Deltras. When he came to Deltras, I think the first thing what was important was we made him captain to give him the confidence and believe in him. And since he has been in Deltras, he has been a true professional. He has been really enjoying his game. You know, he scored goals. He is a leader on the field. That's what the team needs. And I think when I see Budi now in his age 32, I still believe he can play for the national team. He just needs to feel the confidence. He needs to have the confidence from the management, from the coaches, from the players around him that he knows he can play football.
And then you got some Aussie lad in as well, some guy called Rooney, who's No relation to the rain, I guess, yeah.
No, not that. I mean, if that one, it would be too expensive for us. Now he came from Newcastle Jets, Anthony. He was playing in the ACL for Newcastle Jets before. In one of the games against the Japanese teams, he scored in Japan. He was representing Australia 3 years ago in Egypt at the Under-21 World Cup. So he has some good football background. But besides that one, his character is also very solid. And I think that's something what I also look at in some of the players when they came in as foreign players, that they can settle in with the players, that they're able to get along with the local players. I mean, his football background is solid, and I'm sure that he will have a good season.
Looking forward to the season, of course. I mean, is Sean aware of the stuff that's gone on in the background of the two leagues, and how do you see this season panning out? Okay, maybe less about the two leagues, but for Deltas as a club, they're not one of the traditional clubs, but they've made quite a bit of investment. So how do you see the season panning out for the Deltas this season?
I think first of all we have set ourselves a target to be in the top half of the table for this year, and then carry on from there. You know, that we get in stability, that every year we improve, and then we also want to get stability in off the field. You know, we got Adidas as sponsor, and it's a good thing. What is a huge step for Deltas, you know, to have someone like Adidas. But we need to be stable on the football field. So this year we hope to go into the top 8, and then every year improve better. You know, and hopefully in 5 years, that's the plan of the club. Try to be champion in Indonesia. And
you're still with the club in 5 years?
Hopefully.
Tomorrow you got a game against Persija and Bungkano. Your squad was fairly settled about a month or so ago almost. Persija's never really settled anyway until the last minute. Any thoughts about the game tomorrow, apart from the fact you're going to win it, you think?
Well, I think Persija is a big team. You know, they have Bambang, I think, he's the icon in Indonesian football. He can deliver. You see him playing in the national team. It's going to be a massive game. I mean, we're going to play in the Bungkano. I expect 30,000-40,000 people what should be there when I saw the last game, Persija PSMS in a friendly tournament. So it will be a massive game, and I think the players need to be up for the game. They need to be ready to face Persija and check money, you know. But we're going to go there with the positive mindset. We go there to get the 3 points, and then hopefully put up a good performance. And then after 90 minutes, we can get a good result.
All right, Jorg, thanks about it. Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot, Anthony.